Welcome to your next life-changing session. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I'm glad the Lord chose me to speak to other people.
Hi, and thank you for taking the time to invest in your well-being. If you enjoyed that, which I hope you did, Please know that was a very powerful session for your subconscious. Layered affirmations are a technique of combining affirmations with masking sounds such as nature or music or other sounds on top of each other to create a subliminal effect that helps bypass conscious resistance and directly influences the subconscious mind, leading to a faster and more potent change in mindset, self-belief, or behavior. In other words, this layering approach enhances the psychological impact by preventing the conscious mind from adapting to a single processing method, thereby strengthening the message and accelerating the manifestation of the desired results. So depending on what the topic was for this, I want to make sure that when you do this multiple times, because actually repetition is key. When you come out on the other side, you'll have exactly what you thought you were going to get. Something has changed, either what you do in your day-to-day, how you think about it, or even your overall mindset of situations that you come in contact with. Now, I specifically did these for the general public, for occupation, and kind of getting back into the mode of rebuilding yourself. So, with that being said, if you would like a personal layered affirmation that would be contingent with what you are going through right now, the mindset that you're trying to achieve, which turns into external things being done because we change from the inside out, let me know. You can visit the website, judithdaniellc.com, and go and put in your request for your personalized layered affirmation. And if you want to move a step further, coming soon will be dedicated hypnosis for individuals. Because I believe in starting in the mind. Because what you believe you can achieve, you can do. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. There's always a way. There's always a solution. And I hope that I give you the hope and opportunity to make the changes that you desire. I am Judith Daniel, life coach, certified hypnotist, certified lots of things. If you want to know all of my acclimates and all of the things that I've done to study to show myself approved, please visit the website, judithdaniellc.com. And if you have any questions or you're trying to figure out how to do it, please let me know. I'm here for you. Make sure to visit us on YouTube where you can check out the podcast, the throwbacks, and the new season that's still in effect right now. All right. I'll talk to you all on the other side. Bye.